Hi guys, welcome to Trading in Zone. This is my good friend Giri's trade log today. He had around 30,000 on his account, so that's what he's trying to show here on this particular screen. We'll move to the trade book and look at some of the trades what he has taken for today. Here is the trade book which you all can see. He has taken multiple trades. So one of his first trades was on IBUL. Obviously he was going short on IBUL, and he was trying to book profit. That is the first thing which he has gone ahead and done. And then he tried one more trade on IBUL, and then it ended up in good profit for him. So that is what is the order book which is showing on his initial set of trades on IBUL. Though later in the day, the next trade on IBUL didn't really go his way. You can also see the next set of trades what he has done right here. He is trying to short Bemel actually, so he is able to capture some points there.
Testing one,
And
two, three.
he trailed
Testing
his
one, two,
SL at
three.
a certain point in
Audio
time,
check.
and the trail SLs have got triggered, so they
मैं
have
कुछ
not
टेस्टिंग कर रहा हूँ.
gone in the right direction. So same thing happened with Kotak Bank. So initially it kind of got triggered, and then there is one more trade on Kotak Bank where he took an entry, and after taking an entry, Kotak Bank kind of retraced further, so he added more on it. I think that was the next trade what he has done, because after the first trade on Kotak Bank, which was a small profit, he went on to the IBUL trade. He actually sold IBUL, expecting it to give a good down move. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. It moved in the opposite direction. It kind of killed his initial profits, because he was initially in a big profit. He kind of held on to IBUL for a longer period of time, but unfortunately, it became into a negative number. But Kotak, he was very confident, because he was watching the OI, and he was very sure that Kotak Bank is gonna move. So though it came down, he added more lots to it. So you can see he has added more lots, and he was able to exit the entire 1600, both the lots straight at one shot at 1600. And then again, Indigo is another trade which he entered. He was very confident about Indigo as well. I'm sure you guys saw the call on the group. So he took an entry on Indigo, and he kind of left it because he was expecting close to 1200 on it as a movement, but unfortunately it went to around 1194, and it kind of retraced back, and at around 317, as you can see, the time the broker has kind of closed it. Goodwill is the broker which me and Giri use. So the broker kind of closed the trade off, and DLF is also something similar. He took a trade. He was expecting at least a rupee more. I think it went up by around 20 to 30 paise on his account after he made an entry. But unfortunately, it was not something which was moving, but he still waited for it, and eventually at around 315 there was a small loss. So out of all these 4 5 trades, he was able to do good. He was able to make around 19,000 on his MTM of a total capital of 30,000. Again, this is something which happened, which was very unfortunate, because IBUL was expected to give a sharp down move at a certain price point as we expected it, but um, trying to stay in the trade for a long time sometimes does work out in your favor, sometimes it doesn't work out in your favor, and eventually you have to take a decision and you have to get out when you have exceeded what capacity of loss which you can make. So here is the terminal eventually. So there is IBUL, which kind of ended in a net loss of around 1000 plus. Unfortunately, in an ideal situation, that should have been a good profit which he had made start of the day, but it didn't turn out really well, and he had to kind of close that out and go through it. But however, the next set of trades, some of them were small profits, but the ones which he was really confident, he was able to stay in the trade, and he was able to make good amount of money, was with both Indigo and you can see Kotak Bank, right? So these two trades were something which he was very confident with. But DLF, again, a small loss, as it eventually closed at around 317. So these are the set of trades here which you can see, how intraday, when you know what you're trying to do and you're trying to capture a sharp move, you can make a significant amount of profit when it goes your way. This is just an example of how efficiently a day trade can be done if you are able to put your head on to what you are trying to do, how you are able to analyze, and how you are able to get your entries, and how you are able to make the most out of your capital, right? These are very risky when you are trying to trade them as a beginner. So this is something which comes by practice. Giri is one of our pro traders. Obviously, he is like a sharpshooter. He makes sure that he gets through. So don't really go based on the MTM. What we are trying to show here is that if you are really good at your technical analysis, and if you spend enough time on your charts, if you spend enough time on knowing what levels you are trying to trade, you can really be profitable, is the message which we want to try and drive. And whether you do a swing trade, whether you do a positional trade for a longer period of time, or whether you do an intraday trade, you can make a significant amount of profits from your capital if you know and understand what kind of risks you are taking, what kind of money you are trying to put in, and what kind of analysis is behind your trades, and how much of risk you are trying to take on the money what you have put in, will kind of define how good or how bad your day is going to turn out. So as day traders, we need to understand that we should be really ready, be available. Giri is a full-time trader, so he's in front of the terminal through the day. So any opportunity he gets on the stocks which he has analyzed is something what he does. He's just giving a preview of how the setup he uses, and also talk about some of the trainings which we have done to a lot of people. So what we technically try to do through our training is to make sure we educate people on technical analysis. They might use their own technical analysis, but what we try to educate them is how to have that mindset, how to have a mind of a good trader, right? How to be clear in your head. No matter what indicator you use, you need to be comfortable the way you want to trade. You need to understand what risks you are taking, how much of money you want to have, gain in the market, what kind of goals you set up, and what kind of risks which you are willing to take, is what we try to teach people in terms of how they can make money, right? This is just an example of a particular day. But yeah, I mean, there are days which goes wrong as well. It's not that every day is a significant profitable day, but overall, end of the month, if you are successful, then you are really doing good at trading, right? So that's about it for today, guys. Just wanted to share these trades, and tell you that there is nothing impossible. If you really want to make it, you can make it in the stock market. All right, see you guys. Take care. Bye.